list.
Okie dokie.
You care to tell people who aren't watching why I look like Ned Flanders?
Why don't you explain?
Well, okay. Here's the thing. The beginning of the summer, I was like, I'm not shaving. I'm going to grow a thick beard. Well, it's been 1.5 billion degrees in the past couple of days here, and it's just been
Hold on. Stop right there. A
yeah.
1.5 billion degrees. So you're saying your beard literally melted off your face, including all of your skin? Jeremy, I'm looking right at you. There's no possible way it was 1.5 billion degrees.
Brad, it's called hyperbole.
Or lying.
Or hyperbole. It's been exceptionally hot. Well into the 90s. Like, just crazy hot. Really uncomfortable. So I was like, well, I'm not going to keep a beard all summer. But what I can do is make my face more distinguished with a mustache. So I'm keeping the mustache this summer.
You think that makes you more distinguished?
Yeah. I had lunch with friends today, and I roll up with my mustache, and one of them was just like, absolutely not. That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I'm like, well, have you seen yourself? Boom. So that was good. What's the matter, Brad?
You think that helps people's mental health and well-being by saying, have you looked at your face?
You're shaved, Brad. Did something big happen?
You chose to grow the mustache. What you're pointing out in your friend's facial person is that he's ugly.
She.
Is that better?
I mean, I'm just letting you know it was a she and not a he.
Okay. So calling her ugly, you think she can control that?
I mean, that's her fault. She can get plastic surgery. She can hide her face.
How would she hide her face?
With a bag.
Wow.
Wowies. So, Brad, we had discussions last time about a song that AI created for us.
Yes.
And is there any song coming up? Do we have
I've traveled nonstop since our last conversation.
Nonstop?
I've been home one night since our last recording.
Well, what else? I mean, okay. But you haven't been doing stuff 24 hours a day.
You're right. I sleep.
And probably played a lot of golf.
Nope.
16 rounds?
Nope.
12 rounds.
Jeremy.
Bradford.
Enough of the shenanigans because you look ridiculous. Get right into it. Welcome all of our fantastic, amazing fans, even though we're recording a day late and we'll publish this a day late than usual, but a day earlier than before. So we're actually trending in the right direction.
We're kind of getting back on track, yeah.
Right.
If you would only stop being so important.
And now, why don't you just welcome everybody to the Briggity Bro Bob's Big Time Running Podcast.
Welcome, everybody, to the Briggity Bro Bob's Big Time Running Podcast. Are you trying to say that I need to sing?
With that mustache, yeah.
We are the Briggity Bro Bob's Big Time Running Podcast. It's a Bradford. He's so stinking important. Then there's a Jeremy. He likes to sing. He likes to dance. He likes to have a mustache. That makes him a big time. And him, that means Bradford, a big time Briggity Bro Bob's. And you're listening to our podcast. Our podcast is big time. It's about running. Briggity Bro Bob's Big Time Running Podcast.
Nice, Jeremy.
I mean, when you put me on the spot, I assumed that we had an AI-generated masterful piece of work that is obviously not going to happen today or tomorrow. So, that was not my best effort.
Well, when you started, I thought you were going to sing it in the vein of "We Are the World."
I heard that and I was like, I can't go down that path. We are the world.
We are the Briggity Bro Bobs.
See?
All right, moving on. Jeremy?
Bradford?
Olympic trials. You've been watching?
Yeah. Today is an off day. Tomorrow is an off day. And then Thursday it picks back up.
800 prelims.
For men. But the women are in the 800-meter finals.
And that's exactly where I wanted to go, Jeremy.
That was something.
Way to get on the wavelength there.
Yeah, buddy.
What do you think about the women's 800? Maybe as a preface, for those that didn't watch, the reigning Olympic champion.
Mo thing?
Yep. Is it Athing Mu?
Mo. Yeah.
Athing Mu.
Yeah.
What did you...
A Mo thing.
A Mo thing? Like it's a Mo thing?
That's quite the name. Oh, buddy.
Okay. Falls. So reigning Olympic champion. Was she the 2022 world champion as well, I think?
I don't think I think she wasn't. I think she got beat. Pretty sure she got beat. And that, because she, yes, I think she got beat in 2022.
Because what?
Because she got beat. I think she had so much pressure on herself that she put on herself and everybody else that she's still super young.
She's the 2022 world champion.
Is she and the Olympic champion? So what happened? Was it 2023 she didn't win the world championships or what?
2022. She won. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, well maybe I'm making stuff up.
Yeah, it's off years in between Olympics is world championships.
Off years? I'm on every year.
So, and the national record holder for the 800.
Yeah, what is it?
154 something?
Is it 150? I thought, did she break 155? Huh. Yeah. It's pretty quick.
So, far and away, the best U.S. 800-meter runner.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much a shoo-in for at least making the team.
Further preface, though, this was her first series of 800s this year.
Yeah.
She's been injured all year.
Yeah.
So can you really say that she was a shoo-in?
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Okay.
I think if you come in to the trials as the Olympic champion, as the world champion, you have to, maybe not a shoo-in, but at least the competitive, as somebody who you would have to keep an eye on.
Sure. Makes it to the finals of the 800.
Yeah.
Then trips on the first lap.
Yeah. What? 250 in? Something like that? Yeah, something like that.
Somewhere about there. And then proceeds to finish something like 8th.
Last. Didn't she get last?
Was she? Okay.
Yeah, she was last.
Well, how many runners were there? 16?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So, one, just crazy. Does the U.S. need to change their rules so other countries take into account previous race experience? If there's something extraordinary that happens at the Olympic trials, countries reserve the right, other than the U.S., to say, well, listen, we're taking one of the spots back and giving it to this person based off of their running resume, their the year of work that they've put in, their previous Olympic experience, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, but you're saying that you're now taking away an opportunity for somebody else who's put in the work, and is just as if you're third, that means you're the or four, that would be fourth if you take it away. Fastest person in America. I think that's still no. I think you have to it is. Things happen in a race. You have to be ready and willing to if you fall, get back up and win.
in an 800-meter or a 100-meter race.
Well, not obviously in a 100-meter race, no. But people who get like a false start, they're gone. They could be the fastest person in the world.
And so you think that the U.S. shouldn't reserve any right to change our Olympic team to bolster our chance to win a gold medal?
Like, I mean, if she fell at the trials, what makes you think she's not going to fall down at the Olympics?
Oh my God! How many races has she fallen ever?
The one that counted the most this year. So what I'm hearing you say is that you take away somebody else's work because somebody else has a better track. Like you said, she hasn't raced.
Okay.
This year, maybe there's she's not also plenty. Maybe she fell because she knew she wasn't in the right space.
What?
Maybe she purposefully figured out a way to fall down because she knew that she didn't have it that day.
That is the most asinine take that I've ever heard.
I'm just saying, look, you have no idea. I mean, you have no idea how it would have panned out anyway.
So, but is the U.S. Olympic Committee's job to put the best team on the line?
So then you're saying if she would have got fourth, well, she got fourth, but she has proven herself. And then what?
Move third out and put her in.
That's such garbage. She got beat.
Really? Then why? So, Jeremy, why are we only setting 2 men in the men's Olympic marathon?
Because the other people didn't meet the Olympic standard.
Right. So you're saying there's actually circumstances that removed somebody from finishing in the top 3.
But they didn't meet the standard for the Olympics. That's different than if they would have had 3 people meet the standard in the Olympics, we could have sent 3 people.
Okay.
But they didn't.
But we're not.
Because they didn't meet the standard for the Olympics. You can't just randomly roll up to the Olympic trials and say, I just really want to run this race. So, and you're a 12-second 100-meter runner.
Okay. And so then in 5th place, there's somebody that met the U.S. Olympic trials standard or the Olympic trials standard in the marathon. And there's no provision in the United States Olympic Committee's tablet or whatever their rule book is that says, okay, if we only have 2 people eligible, we're going to bump up the next eligible person.
Yeah, see, that should happen.
So what's the difference between that and putting in the defending Olympic champion?
The person who was in third couldn't race. That was gone.
But that's like,
that idea is gone.
So, Jeremy, what about if she showed up and tested positive for COVID and wasn't allowed to race?
That sounds unfortunate.
So you're saying the Olympic Committee's job is candidly just to put on the race?
Yeah.
Like that's their job?
Yeah.
So, but then the Olympic Committee in basketball's job is to select a team.
Uh-huh.
Same thing in wrestling, same thing in almost every other sport, but track and field, there's no selection. It's just do or die. You fall, sorry, tough luck. We know you're the best.
Hi, Red.
What's up? We know you're the best.
Get out of here. Elliot, Jesus Christ.
We know you're the best, but sorry.
We don't know she's the best. She finished last.
She's a national record holder, so she's obviously the best ever in the United States.
Elliot, what?
Good night.
Good night. I love you.
And this is
Elliot, enough with that. I understand your point, but the marathon is different in the fact that the person who got third didn't have the standard to run at the Olympics. So you're not taking the spot away from them. You're giving it to somebody else who qualified.
So there's never a special set of what if somebody goes out there with intent to trip Athing Mu?
Okay, well
and what you're saying is, well, I know that they tripped you and then punched you in the head, but hey, that's bad luck. Sorry,
learn how to fight
in the middle of an 800.
I mean, maybe we'd bring in a new race.
Roller 800.
Yes. What, Elliot? No, go.
Actually, good night.
Good. Oh my God. All right, I love you.
Good night, Brad.
Good night.
I don't know why I'm saying this. That's super weird.
understand.
Every time.
What?
Every time.
I understand your point, Brad, but I just think that.
So is there a circumstance that you say the Olympic Committee needs to consider moving somebody in?
Yes, if the person who got top 3 or 4 or whatever, top 3, doesn't have the Olympic standard, then you put in the people who have it because they've shown that they could do it.
So if there's like intent of somebody keeping somebody out of the race, you just don't care.
Well, then yes, of course. If somebody purposefully comes out.
That's what I specifically just asked.
I know. Karate chops Athing Mu in the throat in the middle of the race, takes her and body slams her, and then like makes it so she can't finish the race. Then yes, I think you have a point to say, hey, I think Athing should have maybe a runoff with the top 3, and it's those guys they just race.
A runoff?
Yeah. You gotta race
now
for
we're
it.
just like creating all sorts of new rules.
Yeah, you gotta race for it, man. She fell down and she fell to pieces.
Well, first of all, Jeremy, hold on. I think it would be much more appropriate to say you've got to race for it, woman. Because Athing Mu is a woman.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can't say race for it, man.
Okay, and what's next?
Well,
what else?
I mean, I think that's the least you could do for somebody that's now being held out of the Olympics.
She's not being held out. She didn't make it because she didn't finish in the top 3.
Because she fell.
She would have been dominated. She hasn't looked very sharp.
She looked sharp in the prelims.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did, Jeremy.
Not according to these well-trained eyes.
So if you're a high school coach, you tell your kids like you trip and fall, like tough luck. Like that's
racing, Brad. Like if you trip and fall in the middle of your race and they don't call it back, you have to either get up and continue to run or be a wuss and step off. Or cry across, or jog across the line crying.
So why does every other country do it?
Because they're not America. They don't have the talent pool. That's a silly question. that is a question that I didn't think would come out of your mouth. That's just a silly question.
Coming from your face, that's rich.
What are you trying to say? Huh?
This mustache?
Mr. Mustachio is what they call me. Oh, liquid death. Wait, where's mine? I just had one. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. I've got my liquid death.
That's all right. We're good. We're good.
Hold on.
Jeremy, no, we're good.
Hold on.
We're good, Jeremy.
Hold on, Brady. I got my liquid death. Liquid death. Look at that. You can't look at that.
Thank God.
Can you see it?
No.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Great. I hope that hair went in there and you end up with.
You're so jealous that you can't grow a mustache like this. Anyway, so look, am I sad for Athing Mu? Yeah, I would love for it to have not happened like that, but things happen. Like what happened? Who was it? It wasn't Molly Huddle. Was it? It wasn't Molly Huddle. Remember the 1,500-meter lady, like 2 or 3 years in like the national championships and world championships, she got tripped in the 1,500 and fell every time and just had awful times at it.
So I guess my point is, through all of this, if I could surmise it in one way. So this isn't the state championships in high school. Like you're not going to rerun the state championships, right?
No.
You're not going to rerun the Olympics because somebody gets tripped.
Nope.
So, but this is the U.S.'s chance to put the best team possible forward, and we have no level of discretion.
I get it. We should have a level, not we. They should have a level of discretion. Athing Mu should have learned how to tuck and roll.
Jeremy, you know these are just fucking asinine comments.
I do. I'm saying it because I know it's pissing you off.
So the job is to put the best team forward.
Yes. Would she make part of the best team? Probably. But I mean, to take it away from somebody else, is there an opportunity? We can't put 4 people in.
But we're already saying this isn't fair.
It's not. Well, it is
Right.
fair. She tripped. How it's unfortunate, but it's completely fair.
So it's fair to me as a U.S. citizen wanting the America to win the 800 meters. Mind you, she also helped the U.S. win the 4x400.
Well, that's where she can go to the Olympics and run. Or she could go up, move up to the 800. I mean, the 1500. I bet you that if the Olympic Committee wanted, they could put her in, and I bet you she could probably get the standard and possibly even like get in the top 3.
Have they run the women's 1500 yet?
Nope.
You sure?
Pretty sure. Did they run the one? No, because what's her name is in the 15 again. The one who won the 5K. St. Pierre.
Yes. I guess that sums it up. You're an idiot. I won.
You're talking about fairness, and I say it's unfortunate but fair.
But what you're saying, though, is that the Olympic Committee has no job other than to host the event.
No, Brad, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that, yeah, I am saying that, actually. What about Quincy Wilson, huh?
Was just about to go there.
Holy moly, dude. That kid is crazy.
44.9?
No, he was like 44.6.
Okay. 16 years old, finishes 6th in the men's 400-meter finals.
Dude.
Levi asked me, he goes, do you think that Quincy Wilson is doping?
I mean, you have to say yes.
You have to?
You have to. You say that everybody is doping.
Yeah.
I say that Galen Rupp is doping. Just that wet towel. Fucking guy. But Quincy Wilson, man, regardless if he's doping, even at 16 to be able to go and run a 44-second 400 is insane. Insane.
I tried telling Lee. So, one, let's circle back to the doping. I told Levi essentially what you're watching right now is the 400-meter equivalent of Usain Bolt as a junior.
I mean, he's better than Usain Bolt was as a junior.
Really?
Yeah.
Usain Bolt was breaking every record just like Quincy Wilson just did.
Yeah, but I
so
think,
what the hell's the difference?
I think Quincy Wilson is a step. Not, I mean, obviously not a big step, but I think he just is. The 400 is so much harder. The 400 is so much harder.
There has to be a barometer.
He is the barometer now.
So tell me what the difference is other than just.
So what times as a junior, as 16 years old, what times did Usain Bolt run?
What time 16-year-old? Let's look it up.
Let's look it up. 16-year-old Usain Bolt. Because I know he was good, but I don't think he was as good as Quincy Wilson is.
Well, Usain Bolt's 22-year-old record shattered by 16-year-old Jamaican phenom. Somebody Bramwell.
Okay, so look, that Usain Bolt's getting taken off the record books as we speak. You think Noah Lyles has a chance of taking out that 200-meter world record?
So this guy, Usain Bolt, used to hold the junior 1,600-meter record.
1,600?
Or 400 record.
Junior as in 16-year-old? or sub 18.
Usain Bolt's Jamaican championship record of 47.33 seconds in 2022.
That's not even close.
Yeah, because he's a 100 and 200 meter runner.
I mean, you got to think that Quincy Wilson's a 200-meter runner, too.
Why?
The kid ran 44 seconds. He's probably a 20 flat kid.
Doubt it.
I don't know. If you can go back-to-back 22s, I think you have it pretty good.
Usain Bolt ran 20.4 as a 16-year-old.
Okay.
What do you mean, okay?
Okay.
And you don't think that's good?
I think that's good. Of course I think that's good.
And he has the youth world record of 20.13 seconds.
At what age?
16.
Okay.
And he ran a 45.4 in the 400. Usain Bolt did.
Yep, not as good. Not as good. Well, there's also, so yes, obviously we have to hold a standard. Usain Bolt is that standard. I just think Quincy is, I mean, I'm just
No,
excited.
you said he's light years ahead, yet I've not.
Light years. Look, I like hyperbole. Anyway, what about that kid who made it to the finals, the high school senior who made it to the finals of the 100?
Okay.
That's freaking good.
Yeah.
We have and a 16-year-old girl who was in the 5K.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were any of those performances as good as Quincy Wilson?
No, because Quincy is top 6 in the freaking nation, probably top 10 in the world. This year?
No way.
I don't think anybody's gone sub 44 yet.
There's no way he's top 10 in the world.
Top 10 in the world, dude. Top 10. Who else? Who else? Who else?
What was his time?
44.6.
So in the world, I mean, I'm at number 18, and it's still faster than Quincy Wilson. Just as.
But how many? Are they different people?
He's ranked 23 in the world.
Okay, cool. Top 25 in the world.
But you just told me top 10.
Probably top 10.
Or 23.
It's close. Way better than, look, we were never ranked top 25 in anything ever.
I know, but now you're just moving the field goal. Like every conversation, it's just you're moving it. You're moving it.
Hey, Brad, I think you're just jealous.
Of what? That you have no rational explanation for any of the nonsense?
Yes, the fact that I can talk so much about things I don't know anything about and seem like I know what I'm talking about.
You're not fooling anybody.
I fool all kinds of people.
I feel like this is just a preview of the presidential debate.
Isn't that tonight? Tomorrow?
Thursday.
That's what I said. Dude, what are you trying to say?
This really is the presidential debate.
That's what I said. That's what I said.
Unbelievable.
I think that's going to be an absolute just mess.
So, Quincy Wilson doping?
I mean, according to you, he is.
I asked you.
I don't think so.
Did Usain Bolt dope?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Don't do that again. I feel like I need to just basically go like this for the rest of the podcast.
Why? Because of my mustache?
Hand to the face.
Dude, I'm not shaving this stash for the rest of the summer. It's just it's gonna get bigger and bigger.
Okay. So
What else?
that's just your take. He's not doping. Like,
Yeah, I don't. I mean, so you're saying that he is?
I think so, yeah. I'd like to believe that he's not. Just have a hard time believing it.
Look, I know for a fact that he's not.
Okay.
He called me up yesterday. He's like, Mr.
You
Clover.
just take people at their word. Everybody that's ever been busted for doping says they're not doping.
Mr. Clovis, let me tell you something here. I'm not doping.
Wait a second. How did he pronounce your last name?
Mr. Clovis. That's how a lot
So
of
when
my
you
students,
look at Quincy Wilson, you think that's how he speaks?
that's how most of my students, what they call me. Mr. Clovis, are you sure about that? And I'm like, of course I am. Would I lie to you?
Can you do the Quincy Wilson man, please?
Why?
I would just like a recap of this so that I can highlight how blatantly rude you are.
Hey, Mr. Clovis. What's wrong with that? How is that rude, number one?
We'll let the people decide. How about that, Jeremy?
Let the people decide. I don't think it's rude at all. I don't know how it could be.
I mean, wouldn't be surprised if this is your last episode, but
Why?
you're about to get canceled. That's
For
why.
what?
Yeah. I don't want to recap this because what you've done is atrocious.
And yet you kept asking me to repeat it?
Because I couldn't believe my ears, candidly, Jeremy.
Bradford.
I mean, it's been done.
What's been done? What I just
What
did?
you've done has been done.
Before?
It's over. It's done. Just like your career. Your
My career in
career.
podcasting. All the monies. Good luck getting a sponsorship now, Brad.
Without your mustache?
I mean, maybe we can get some mustache wax to sponsor us.
Don't purse your lips and rub your upper lip.
Why not?
Disgusting. My God.
What else?
Just the sight of that mustache makes my eyes itch with red eye, pink eye.
My mustache isn't made of poop, Brad.
No way there's not human excrement in that stash.
Why would there be? My stash is on my face. I don't eat human excrement.
But you flush the toilet, turd bugs are flying up.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I don't put my face down in the toilet when I flush
When
it.
you fart, it just kind of gets caught in there.
What? The direction of my farts are not anywhere close.
You think those turd pieces don't float around?
No, I direct them right toward the other direction.
Katie's face?
Yeah. Well,
Then you kiss her and now there's a turd in your mustache.
probably. So let's talk about some Parker Valby, huh? She made that race. Should she have gone to the Olympics?
Hold on. When a toilet is flushed, it releases small particles of urine, feces, water, and sometimes pathogens into the air, which is known as a toilet plume.
Okay.
These particles can be invisible to the naked eye and can travel up to 6 feet per second, reaching 5 feet above the toilet in 8 seconds.
What? That math doesn't math. Six feet per second in 8 seconds, it can reach 5 feet.
That's what it says.
How does that even work? I know I'm not great at math, but that math isn't working.
Well, because maybe they shoot out this way, but it takes a while to float up.
Ah, got you. So if I just don't wash my hands and I dart out of there, I'm clear.
Smaller particles can remain in the air for over a minute. The plume can travel upwards, backwards, and towards the wall, even spread forward from the ceiling into the room.
Wow.
You have a turd-filled stash.
Brad, no, I don't. Why are you so fixated on my stash? It's kind of weird.
It's showing a video here. When flushed, commercial toilets can spew airborne particles that speeds up to 6.6 feet per second.
But it takes 8 seconds for them to reach 5 feet. So,
well,
yeah.
this is the Smithsonian. This isn't saying anything about the first 8 feet.
Okay. And
yep,
then
this says the same thing. During the experiment, airborne particles ejected from the toilet, flew straight into Jeremy Clover's mustache.
I'm glad. Look, I didn't even know I was partaking in this experiment. I didn't get any kind of financial compensation.
So
here.
think about it. You turn around, here's the toilet bowl, and you reach over to flush it, and you're just like this, staring at your turd. You flush and just straight into your mustache.
I get popped in the mustache with my turd juices. So there's this song that Elliot and I came across in, I think, Instagram. I glued my balls to my butthole. Have you heard that one? It's so catchy. What? You look at me like you are just disgusted with me, Brad.
Don't want to talk about the 5,000, but I do want to talk about. Did you see Coach Wetmore, Mark Wetmore?
Yeah, he's out.
Colorado fired.
Out.
What do you think about that?
2 other coaches.
What do you think about that?
I don't know. I didn't read much about it. I just saw the headline. I don't know why.
Well, you've read Running with the Buffaloes.
Yeah.
So they said that there was a University of Colorado report saying that there was a culture of like intimidation, some like shaming, etc.
Huh.
So when you read Running with the Buffaloes,
yeah,
where you would put people, men and women, on, like it was specific to the men in that book. So, but there's no way that he just fat shames men.
Yeah.
So in telling him, listen, you can only eat 1,000 calories for the next month. I want you to look like, I think verbatim from the book, it said he wants runners to look like a skeleton.
I haven't read that book in 15 plus years probably, but I mean, you got to do what it takes to be the best.
Well, they haven't even been the best in quite some time.
But they were once. So, and based on your philosophy, they should continue to be the best because they happen to fall down a little bit. Got you there.
They were never the best this year, Jeremy.
She wasn't the best this year.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
How?
Prove me wrong.
You prove yourself right.
She was going to win that, no problem.
You can't prove that.
100%. She probably would have won by 120 meters.
Now you're really full of it, dude. So she's now all of a sudden running a 136.
What was the winning time?
157.
13 seconds slower than her.
Who's running 150 meters in 113 seconds?
120 meters.
Who's running 120 meters in 13 seconds?
Quincy Wilson.
Well, yeah, but
okay, so you asked who, you got an answer, and Dr. Phil doesn't like it. Bald, ugly Dr. Phil doesn't like it.
Why am I
seriously? Now I cannot get the view of Dr. Phil out of my head.
Maybe that's what I need to do. Be Dr. Phil.
You look like Dr. Phil.
No, I don't look anything like Dr. Phil.
You look exactly like Dr. Phil.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. Now you need the horseshoe
thumbnail.
You need the horseshoe now.
You gonna put a picture of me and Dr. Phil in the thumbnail this year, this episode, and just like, do you see this?
This is what I feel like I'm podcasting with.
He's much wealthier than I am.
You should wear a suit and just look like this the whole time.
I mean, I don't have. I guess I do have a black suit. I could do that. See, I can do that.
How about that? How about that? Catch me outside.
How about that?
So, Phil.
Yeah, yeah, Brad.
Do I call you Phil, Dr. Phil, Mr. McGraw?
I'd like to be called Phil Burrow. It's my
What?
fancy. It's my fancy term. It's my fancy name, Phil Burrow.
Get back to Mark Wetmore. What do you think of the firing, Dr. Phil?
I mean,
Give me your honest professional opinion.
I think it's a long time coming. I think what happened was somebody brought it up and they didn't do anything about it, and now they're probably facing some kind of legal ramifications from his behavior, and they have to do something to satisfy for the time being, and then figure it out from there. What do you think?
I'd probably agree with most all of that. I think there's from what I've seen online, there's just a laundry list of people saying this is ridiculous. Athletes are getting soft. Greatest NCAA coach ever. Like this laundry list of things defending Mark Wetmore.
Are these from people who have run under him?
No.
Okay. Well,
I'm sure there's going to be plenty of people that come out to defend him that are ex-athletes.
Yeah. I mean, sure. I mean, you always, yes.
And so, but my thought of it is you can't just coach the same way forever.
No.
So the fact that he wasn't able to adapt from that was 1998 or
Something
99 was running with the Buffaloes.
Yeah.
And it was already on edge then from being completely.
Yeah, you're now a quarter century past that.
And he just never got hip with the times.
Yeah, you need to constantly change in anything you do. You have to kind of keep up with the things that are going on. If you're not willing or able to do that, then you're kind of going to be a relic anyway.
Yeah. So that's my take is it's kind of sad that somebody couldn't adapt at all to what today's standards are.
I mean,
so and you hear this all the time in other sports that coaches get phased out for not relating to players anymore. They're unrelatable. They coach too hard the players. Today's players are prima donnas and players are too soft and can't be coached hard anymore. The fact of the matter is there's no coach without the athletes and vice versa. So there has to be some level of harmony between them. And if athletes are prima donnas and don't like to be coached hard, well, okay, what are you going to get? They're the best athletes in the world. You have to cater to them on some level. You can't say, well, I'm just going to take a lesser athlete and win in the NFL or the NBA. It doesn't work that way.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And the people who you are going to coach are hard workers. They just work differently. That's the thing. You don't get to the level that you are without the hard work anyway. So you just have to figure out what motivates them and get there. That's what you have to do. So,
well, from the sounds of it, good riddance.
Yeah,
He's
bro.
just a piece of trash.
Trash, just like my mustache. That's why they rhyme.
I feel like it would be amazing now to have a clip put in of Dr. Phil just bashing somebody that they're not right, and it's time for you to grow up.
Well, you have the reins to the editing programming. You can do all of these things.
I mean, I suppose I could. Will I? Probably not.
I'm aware. Some people don't like to work hard, Brad. That's what I'm saying. So, we have a 5K coming up, Brad, the two of us. How has your running been?
Good.
Yeah?
Not much of it, but it's been good.
What have you done this week?
It's Tuesday.
I've run 3 of the past 4 days.
So I went for a walk. Does that make you feel better?
My runs feel like I'm walking right now. They're pretty awful.
Does that make you feel better?
No, I just want to know how well you're doing, Brad. I want to know that you're going to be successful at our 5K. I mean, you're going to beat me. Even if you don't run for the rest of the month that leading up to that race, you're still going to beat me. I am woefully out of shape.
Look at me. Look at me. No, hey.
Have you heard this guy?
No.
Look at me. Look at me.
Your talent.
You've never seen this, Dr. Phil?
No.
This guy walks in, he's super flamboyant, he's wearing a skin tight shirt. He's like, what's your fucking talent? What's your fucking talent? You're ugly. And Dr. Phil's going, hey, sit down. And he starts moonwalking. What's your fucking talent?
I think that might be my next tattoo.
What's your fucking talent? Hey, sit down. What's your fucking talent?
Moonwalking? That's how you moonwalk. Did you know that, Brad? What's your
Jeremy,
Bradford?
what's your fucking talent?
My mustache.
Filled with turds. It's the greatest turd scrub brush.
It's nice. It's a Brillo pad. Like, I can use my lip to like rub stuff, like clean stuff, like the wall.
What you and Katie do is up to you two, but let's leave that off of this. You find new ways to just drag us down in the mud every week, Jeremy.
What did I do that dragged us into the mud this week? I showed you how I cleaned the wall. Here's the wall.
Yeah, okay, sure.
This is a wall. Did you hear that? That's my mustache cleaning the wall.
Jeremy, that is vulgar. What that genuinely was pornography that you just put on to Brady Brobob's channel.
What are you talking about?
Does it really? You're that thick that I've got to say this aloud?
Brad, there is nothing pornographic about what I just did.
If cunnilingus is
What?
if
With
that's,
the wall?
that's not porn. Okay. Okay. That was truly disgusting, Jeremy.
Well,
I'm not sure this is going to be publishable.
jeez Louise. Yeah, obviously. And nobody's going to listen to this one. You're being ridiculous today.
You're outrageous. What's your fucking talent? What's your fucking talent?
Making my dog bark.
Because you're spraying turds off of your mustache.
Yes.
Sickening.
I
And
think
it's gross.
I think you should grow a mustache. Maybe we should grow our horseshoe and truly go like straight Nick Cage from Con Air.
Levi calls
Mullet.
it I mean, I know other kids call it, but it's called a skullet.
Yeah, I think that's what we should do. You
I'll
can
let you do it.
You could do it.
What's your fucking talent?
I got lots of them. I can crack my knuckles. Look.
I don't really have a great answer.
All right. Jeremy,
We haven't even talked about what you said we were going to talk about. You're trying to like get me off now?
that's it. We're done. After you went straight porno.
Brad, we didn't even talk about our 5K prediction times that you said we were going to. You do this all the time.
We've got weeks.
You do this all the time. You told me weeks ago that you were going to sing the intro song. Never did. You're like, I never said that.
Never will.
Never.
Do you have record of it?
Yeah, go back to whatever episode it was, like 47, 46.
No.
I never said that. No,
Nope.
of course I'm Bradford. I don't ever say anything stupid ever.
Never.
And then you say, well, next time we're gonna come up with a list of double entendre for running and.
So what are we gonna
porno
make this
stuff.
a 5-hour episode?
And then you said we're
We're
gonna
gonna make
talk
it a
about the
5-hour
5K
episode.
and a
We're gonna make it a
prediction
5-hour episode, Jeremy.
time. Of course I do.
We're gonna make this a 5-hour episode.
5 hours all day.
We're gonna be recording until 2 in the morning.
That's not hell. Whoa. Are we drinking the same one?
No,
The Grim
Yours is
Reaper?
yours is probably shit flavored liquid death.
Probably. Mm.
What's the flavor of that? Poop lever?
The Grim Leafer.
Poop lever?
Yeah, it does taste rather fecal.
Jeremy, that's it. I'm done talking to you.
Okay.
I'd say I love you, but I'm pretty sure that this is gonna be our last episode. And then I don't want to be associated with you after you've been canceled.
Why am I going to be canceled?
We both know why, Quincy.
What does that have to do with Quincy?
When you impersonated him, I think that spoke volumes about you, Jeremy.
Can you see that?
All right, Jeremy. Have a great night, bud.
Hey, you too. I'm glad that you're back in your own house.
Next week, I'm going to have to figure this out because you know where I'm going to be?
Florida.
Know where I'm going to be?
Hawaii.
Know where I'm going to be?
I have no idea, Brad.
I'm going to be on a cruise.
You're going on a cruise?
I'm going to be on a cruise, baby.
Wow, Brad just keeps on traveling.
You know where I'm going? Know where I'm going?
No,
Know where I'm going?
I don't.
But do you know where I'm going?
Yeah, go ahead and tell me.
On a cruise.
Where?
I just told you that, and you couldn't
Where is
even
the
guess.
cruise going?
I just told you where I'm going, and you couldn't even guess.
Where is the cruise going, Bradford?
You know what's not your talent? Reading a room.
Oh my God. Where are you cruising?
Yep.
Alaskan cruises? European cruises? Caribbean?
We're just going to Mexico.
Oh, yeah, that'll work. Just you and your fam? What is that?
Let's go to Wink.
Yeah, why are you winking? Why are you winking?
You're a pervert.
Just Mexico?
Just Mexico.
Yeah, right. Where are you really going, Brad?
Mexico.
And
Mexico.
come back alive, please.
No problem.
Mexico is dangerous. I don't like Mexico. I just don't want, I just feel danger.
You know what? There's this entire immigration policy that everybody's upset about.
Yeah.
Too many illegals coming over.
Mm-hmm.
You can take a cruise from Miami to Mexico. They suggest you have a passport when you get off the boat in case you run into a problem, but you actually don't need a passport. So why don't these people just get on a Mexican cruise and cruise to Florida and then just get off and that's it? They're here.
I'm assuming that it's probably different procedures once you get to American soil than it is when you get to Mexican soil. I don't know. I don't know the logistics. I don't know.
Think about that.
How long are you going to be on a cruise, Brad?
Week.
1 week. Huh.
I bought the premium internet. We'll see if it's good enough to stream. We'll see.
It better be. It better be.
Think about it, Jeremy.
You're gonna be podcasting on the deck with the beautiful horizon.
Maybe in the casino.
Maybe in the casino. Possibly.
We don't know.
Don't know anything.
Well, I know a lot of things. I just don't know what I'm going to do about this relationship anymore.
So you're gonna throw away 25 years of love and respect.
You're Mark Wetmore. It's like you just can't get with the times.
I'm pretty sure I'm with the times, Brad.
That mustache says otherwise.
I'm trying to bring it back.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Same with fat shaming.
I don't fat shame. I am fat. I'm not ashamed of this
Oh,
body.
so if you're, that makes it acceptable?
How am I fat shaming when I don't say anything about fat people?
Then why do you always use it as an insult to me?
I don't. I'm merely making a statement.
See?
How is that insulting if
You've
it's
just been busted. You've just been busted.
You do the same thing.
You've just been busted. I haven't fat shamed you in a while. You know why? Because I advance with the times. I get along, buddy. What you do, you're stuck.
You
You're
call
stuck
me
back in
fat
episode 3.
all the time.
No,
What are you doing, fat ass?
never, ever have I said that.
Did you get your fat ass out there and run this week?
Never.
Lard butt.
No. And if I ever address you as overweight, I address you correctly. Obese.
False. Look at this.
That looks obese. All right, Jeremy.
All right, Bradford. Was that a high five?
Catch my high five.
Yeah.
All right, bud. Thanks
All
for
right,
nothing.
man. Well, hey, guess what, Brad? You might not say it back, but I'll say it to you. Love you, man.
I know.
Ditto.
See ya.
Later.